So a lot of people have been asking me about the Donald Trump immunity ruling and how does that even affect our lives? Well, truth of the matter, it doesn't affect it very much because none of us are going to be president anytime soon. But there was something very interesting about that ruling that I think a lot of people kind of glossed over, and that was this concept of presumption. And we have it in the law in other areas, but it came up in this case because the government came forward and say, we pretty much already expected that presidents doing official acts should have immunity. Donald Trump's side came in and said, we pretty much assume when presidents are doing unofficial acts, they shouldn't get immunity. So there was this agreement on almost the whole case. It was just this middle part where a president might do something and they weren't sure if it was official or not, right? Well, what the court said is there's going to be a presumption of immunity, but that presumption is rebuttable. And this happens in the law a lot. There are basically two types of presumptions. You can have rebuttable presumption, which is usually what it is, or there's conclusive presumption, which is very rare. These are things like a 4-year-old can't commit a felony, or a 2-year-old can't testify for himself, things like this. But almost everything is rebuttable because that's just the concept of due process, right? I mean, just because the law presumes something to be true, you still have an opportunity to say why maybe it shouldn't. And the best example for us as personal injury lawyers is rear-end accidents. When a rear-end collision occurs, the law in Florida presumes that the car behind is at fault for the accident, but it's a rebuttable presumption. So you can bring in evidence that maybe one car was speeding, or one car had a blind spot or cut in front of somebody. There could be all different things to change that, but the presumption is that the rear car was at fault. If you have any questions or comments about the immunity ruling for Trump or about the presumption for rear-end accidents, I'd love to chat with you about it. We handle cases all over the state of Florida. Can certainly work on a case outside of the state of Florida if you'd like to bring us in. We'd love to hear from you, and thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe.